receiving her Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering with a minor in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. She has held summer internships in Process Engineering at Lam Research Corporation and at Form Factor Incorporated. In addition, Pritha is an undergraduate researcher in the Plasma Physics Lab of Professor David Graves, and she is already co-author on an article published in the Physics Journal. Pritha was drawn to chemical engineering because of its combination of math and science, and in particular, semiconductor applications of chemical engineering. She currently serves as the president of the Engineering Student Council, representing approximately 4,000 engineering students on campus, in addition to serving in leadership roles in the Engineering Honor Society, Tau Beta Pi, the largest engineering student group on campus, where she has served as president, vice president, and industrial relations chair. Pritha is also a graduate of the Leader Shape Institute, and she has also served as secretary of the Berkeley student chapter of the American Institute of Chemical Engineers. This summer, she plans to volunteer for a nonprofit that funds tech-based social innovation enterprises, and she will be interning at an IP firm in the South Bay. After that, Pritha will stay here at Berkeley in the Department of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering to pursue a master's in Chemical Engineering's professional program, the Product Development Program. Pritha was born in India but grew up in Kuwait and considers Kuwait her home. She enjoys dancing, swimming, and oil painting. Once her education is completed, she hopes to start her own social enterprise and use her knowledge of engineering to solve some of the most challenging issues faced by the developing world. Now, please join me in welcoming Pritha Hait to the podium.
Dean Clark, distinguished faculty, fellow graduates, and guests. On the special occasion of our commencement, I would like all the graduating students, the class of 2014, to take a moment to thank all our families who have supported us, our professors and GSIs who have shared their time and knowledge with us, our classmates whom we've struggled with, and our friends who supported us in both good and bad times. Finally, I'd like us to thank the California taxpayers and all those who have made generous contributions to the University of California. Let's recall the events and paths that have brought us here today. Maybe you're a first-generation college student, or an international student, or perhaps your great-grandfather immigrated here centuries ago. Regardless, our ancestors had to make significant sacrifices for us to get us where we are today. Consider the great scientists and engineers of our time who have rid the world of diseases and provided us the tools to live longer and better lives. Consider also Giordano Bruno and Galileo and many others who stood up for science in the face of religious pressure. We are here today because of all those people and their tremendous sacrifices. Let me tell you about how I got here. I spent most of my life in the Middle East, where my father worked in the oil and gas industry. Sometimes, my dad would tell me stories of how growing up in a village in India, he worked in the farms, milked cows, and walked miles to fetch clean drinking water. When my grandfather passed away, my father took it upon himself to provide for 7 brothers and sisters and pay for their education. I know that the reason I will be able to walk across the stage today is because of the struggles he went through. This is my story, but I can guarantee that each of you have a similar story to tell about struggles made by yourselves or your families in order to receive this Berkeley education. Now, my father, like most parents, wants me to get a good job, to have a stable income, and to not have to worry about the financial challenges that he had to face. But I think we can do better than this. We're all here graduating from the best public university in the world, and not only that, from the best college. We've been so fortunate that I believe it is now up to us to return the favor. And all that it takes is to be mindful of the choices we make in life. Regardless of your plans after graduation, let's be mindful of what our next steps are. Why are we making our choices? Whose lives are we affecting? And by how much? Is what we're about to do worth all the sacrifices made for us? In case you're fresh out of ideas of how to use your incredible talents, consider this. There are 4 billion people who live on less than $2 a day. Many of these individuals have no access to basic medical care, electricity, or even clean drinking water. So is there anything we can actually do about it? A few weeks ago, I spoke with Chris Adegita from CA Bikes, a UC Berkeley graduate student from Uganda, who was named Forbes 30 under 30. His work on providing safe, shock-proof caravans to transport patients with medical emergencies has helped save hundreds of lives in and around his hometown. There are other such examples, providing paper microscopes to detect signs of malaria, medical buses as a substitute for 911, and affordable solar lanterns for villages without electricity. This new breed of social entrepreneurship, where scientists and engineers like you and me work to provide products and services at low cost for the developing world, is redefining what we consider success in the society of the 21st century. It is no longer considered cool to just maximize your bottom line. Instead, we must focus on how to maximize our impact on the world. I trust all of you will make the most of your Berkeley education, and I hope that all of us will follow our passions and make a difference in the lives of those individuals not as fortunate as us. Congratulations on graduating, and good luck, class of 2014. Go Bears!
Thank you, Pritha.